What if I told you that the Commanders might be eyeing George Pickens from the Steelers? There's buzz about potential trade talks, and it's a move that could shake things up for us. But are the risks worth the rewards? Plus, what does it mean for our QB situation? Let's dive into the real implications this could have for Washington. HTTR. Let's be real. This matters because it signals how the front office is prioritizing the roster right now. The trade talks surrounding George Pickens could be a watershed moment for the Commanders, especially when we think about how essential depth is during the grueling months of the season. Losing a player with his potential could sting more than many realize, particularly when the team should be gearing up for a playoff push. Depth at wide receiver is one thing, but amidst injuries and player fatigue that starts to set in by December, every spot on the roster needs to count. For those who haven't followed Pickens closely, he's not just another rookie. His agility and catching ability make him an asset that can change the dynamic on the field. Acquiring him would show a willingness to invest in playmakers, perhaps indicating a shift towards more aggressive offensive strategies. This move would also represent the front office's commitment to using available talent to build a strong foundation, which fans have been longing to see. The official word on the Commanders' interest suggests that they are assessing how best to strengthen their roster ahead of a critical stretch. However, the stakes are high. If they pull the trigger, they must be meticulous to ensure that the benefits of gaining Pickens don't outweigh what they might lose in developing their current talent. My take: losing depth hurts more than people think, especially in December. Fans should keep an eye on how this situation unfolds in the coming weeks. Brandon Aiyuk is a name that's been making rounds among Commanders fans lately. While the idea of adding another top-end wide receiver to the team sounds enticing, we really need to pause and think this through. It's no secret that the Commanders' offense would benefit immensely from some fresh talent, but the question is whether Aiyuk is truly the right fit. The excitement over acquiring a player with his skill set is tempered by red flags that can't simply be ignored. Kevin Sheehan has been vocal about wanting Washington to pursue him this offseason, yet the controversy surrounding Aiyuk raises some significant concerns. One thing's for sure: distractions can be a real issue when it comes to preparation. Even if Aiyuk brings the talent we desperately need, the potential for off-field drama may affect team dynamics and focus. Commanders fans have seen too many promising seasons derailed by instability, and we can't afford another setback. There's a delicate balance here between adding impactful players and ensuring that the locker room stays united and driven. If the front office decides to make a play for Aiyuk, they should do so with caution, prioritizing fit and culture along with talent. It's about time we get this right and start building a roster that can deliver consistently throughout the season. Honestly, this is the type of update that tells us more than the headline itself. The Dallas Cowboys are saying they aren't trading George Pickens, but one outspoken rival general manager is making waves, claiming that could be a smokescreen. For the Washington Commanders, this could mark a unique opportunity to snag a true playmaker for a pass-catching group desperately in need of talent. Reports from Jason LaCanfora of SportsBoom mention that this anonymous GM believes a combination of draft picks and a young player might be enough to entice Jerry Jones to let Pickens go. That's significant considering the pressures Jones faces as he attempts to juggle roster improvements while appeasing fans who crave success. LaCanfora also hinted at a potential timeline where we could see movement on this front by mid-July. It's crucial for the Commanders to act strategically. If they're serious about rebuilding this offense, they need to strike while the iron is hot. They can't afford to play waiting games, especially considering the amount of instability the franchise has endured in recent years. Let's be real. This is a chance for Washington to snag a player who could elevate their game and turn around a historically turbulent period. And while fans are rightfully optimistic, the stakes are higher than ever. Bringing in a player of Pickens' caliber means navigating the balance between pushing for immediate upgrades and developing the young talent already on the roster. Right now, Commanders fans are hoping for any sign that the organization is committed to improving through both trades and player development. The risk? Losing potential assets in the exchange, which can be costly long term. What I can say is that treating this as mere speculation until something concrete emerges is wise, but the timing of all this is crucial. The offseason is ripe with possibilities, and the Commanders' front office must navigate the waters carefully to ensure they don't miss out on an opportunity that could redefine their approach moving forward. With all the chatter around Pickens, one thing is clear. The Commanders need to make their move thoughtfully. If they can do that and keep the locker room intact, they might just be able to build a team that can finally compete on a higher level. From my view, this shifts how we should read the Browns' short-term plan. The noise around George Pickens isn't just talk. It reflects a larger chess game in the NFL. With Cliff Kingsbury now part of the coaching mix in Arizona, teams are recalibrating strategies, and the Commanders need to pay attention. Kingsbury's offensive expertise could influence player developments across the league, including how our rival teams approach their rosters. The Commanders must be savvy here, not letting potential opportunities slip away while others maneuver for advantage. Remember, every decision has repercussions, especially in a division as competitive as the NFC East. Commanders fans need to stay vigilant as the front office aligns its moves with a vision for the future. HTTR. The buzz around potential changes doesn't just end with the prospect of George Pickens. Commanders fans are also feeling the heat when it comes to Brandon Aiyuk. While he brings a skill set we'd love to have on board, there are serious concerns about whether he's the right fit for our squad. Distractions off the field can derail a season quicker than anything else, and we've seen that with past players. With the talent he possesses, it's tempting to go after Aiyuk, but ensuring team stability is crucial. At the end of the day, adding impactful players is only half the battle. The chemistry in the locker room can make or break this season. It's a precarious balancing act that our front office has to navigate wisely. The truth is, this kind of detail is usually where the real direction of the team shows up first. The situation surrounding George Pickens is also a reflection of how the Commanders' front office is navigating public perception. Let's be honest, Commanders fans are tired of the same old story. Every offseason brings the promise of change, yet the results often don't match the expectations. The buzz around Pickens could be a chance to shift that narrative, injecting some much-needed excitement into the fan base. A trade could signify that the organization is serious about enhancing the roster and willing to take calculated risks to do so. However, the impact on the locker room cannot be overlooked. Bringing in a player like Pickens has the potential to elevate the overall talent level, but it might disrupt the delicate balance that's been established. The Commanders have worked hard to build a culture of unity and collaboration. Any newcomer needs to fit seamlessly into that environment. Otherwise, it could lead to conflict and a divided team. Competing for spots can ignite healthy competition, but it can also create friction, especially if veterans feel threatened by an incoming talent. As the Commanders assess their strategy, they should be looking closely at the Cleveland Browns' recent moves as well. The Browns have been making headlines with their aggressive tactics, and their approach could serve as a blueprint or cautionary tale for Washington. The Browns' decisions often ripple through the league, influencing how teams like the Commanders should position themselves. If the Washington front office wants to capitalize on this moment, they have to keep an eye on the shifting dynamics around them and understand that every move will have consequences. Let's be real. This is a pivotal moment for Washington, situated in a competitive division where every decision counts. The Commanders need to take decisive action that resonates both with the fans and within the organization. If the front office can manage the complexities of adding a player like Pickens while maintaining the positive locker room culture, They could change the trajectory of the season. If bringing in talent leads to instability, though, it could undo all the progress made in recent years. In the end, Commanders fans want to see a team that not only competes, but thrives. If this potential trade is the first step towards that goal, it could mark a significant turning point. The stakes are high, and every choice made in the coming weeks will shape the future of this franchise. If this was just the starting point, the next video will showcase how to execute all of this in practice. HTTR. Honestly, this is the type of update that tells us more than the headline itself.